This is Simon with another stop of Tour de Animate. Do you like playing online games? Well, I do. And I bet your audience does as well. But there's one thing I love even more, and that's being creative. And sometimes I try to create my own little games. And if you think it's too hard for yourself, well, with Adobe Animate CC, it's a piece of cake. You can draw all the characters and all the in-game assets right in the tool. But of course, you can use your weapon of choice when it comes to creation. You can use Photoshop, Illustrator, Sketch, and even tablet drawing apps, you name it. And for today, I have prepared a simple aim and click game for you guys. It demonstrates all the aspects of the creation process of such a game. So this sample is not only an inspiration, but also the perfect starting point for your own games. So you can use it as a template, tweak it, and use it for your own even commercial projects. But before we dive right into the authoring tool, let's play around. So you will see what we're talking about. So let's scare away some zombies. So this is the game, and you can see there are some evil green monsters appearing, and you have to be really fast to hit them. And then you see this animation, and then the game is over, and you will see your scoreboard. So again, we have a splash screen that introduces the user to the game, and then you have the game viewport. You have this timer down here, and you have a display of the scores. So let's move over to Animate to take a close look of how this game is actually built. So for example, we have this movie clip game, which represents the game scenery, and then we have the enemy. I think this is the most interesting one. So as you can see here, let me zoom in a little bit so that you can really see what's going on the stage. So we have this mask going on here. And you can see it's a simple tween animation which makes the character appear and disappear again. And then we also have the hit sequence, which will be played whenever the user hits one of these monsters. So this is really straightforward. So everything is happening on one timeline, so it's really easy to tweak the timing and even change the game assets. So let's have another look at the explosion, for example. This is a small micro animation. This was created frame by frame, and this can be sometimes really cumbersome. So in this case, you get this for free as the entire sample. Everything, of course, is for free. So you can use this micro animation in your own games, or maybe come up with your own micro animations, which you can then add to this game. And of course, this is a game, so we need some game logic. So there's a little bit of JavaScript involved, but it's definitely a recommendation. Don't be afraid of JavaScript. It's just a little bit of scripting, so just moving the playhead around on the timeline, and of course a little bit of JavaScript for the score, game logic, and so on. So let's move over to Animate again, and let's, for example, inspect this part. So this is just a small part of the game. So for example, this is the on-hit implementation. And this is some random stuff which makes sure that the monsters are not appearing at the same point over and over again. And of course, there are several smaller scripts in here. So this, for example, just plays the game again. And of course, don't be scared. We have lots of scripts here, but most of these scripts are just stop this symbol or play back this symbol. So yeah, that's just a small insight into this game. So go ahead and download it so you can see it yourself, and you can start tweaking not only the assets, but also the JavaScripts. So for example, you can tweak the timing or maybe make a round a little bit longer so it's easier to gather a little bit more scores. So yeah, as I said, go ahead, download the sample, play around with it, tweak it, extend it, create your own assets and throw those into this game. And reuse it in your personal and commercial projects. So have fun.